Hello, hello, it's Kim Corallo. Shut the front door too. We are a wreath door hanger vintage gift store. Today we have a haul video for you. We feel like we picked up some really great things. We're going to kind of breeze through again today because we have quite a lot, but we will remind you that we will do the photographs of the side table displays. If you're interested in that kind of thing, over on our Instagram and Facebook pages. And I'll just put this business card up here, and then if you're interested in that, you can screenshot it and head over there and look for those. What we typically do are about 2 or 3 every week of the items that we had found. I did my video late last week. It was on Wednesday, so I think maybe I only got 2 posted, but I do have one more from last week's haul. So if you're interested in that, that's coming. And also, if you're interested in this type of thing, please consider subscribing. It helps us a lot, and we really, really do appreciate it. Marble. I really dig it, and honestly, it's not that easy to find anymore. This bowl just it's a great size. It's a great size for the catch-all, but the colorway, it's mostly green with a little bit of those browns, sort of orange tones. The veining in it was really nice, and so I picked it up. This is an unusual pickup for me. I do like carnival glass. I don't see a lot of glass in my area anymore, so I normally would have probably passed this up. I will just be completely honest. The reason why I didn't is, the United States, we're celebrating 250th birthday this year. And so I just thought this could be something that maybe someone would want to decorate for if they're having a 4th of July party, but also to have in a collection. And it is the carnival glass, and it is beautiful, and it does glow under black light. Now, it's not that bright fluorescent green like you get with uranium glass, but there's definitely a glow to it. Let me go ahead and show you this piece because I dig it. It is so heavy. It is so nice. I have had many, many times these banker lamps, but and I was just getting ready to say I've never had a white one, but that's not quite true. I did have a white globe, but it was a wood base. So this one is the brass base, really heavy, really beautiful. Glad to have found that and glad to have picked it up. Also found something that I think is super cool and so heavy is this box. It is made out of bourbon barrels, and so I thought it was so cool. Would really look good as a planter, could really look good in a man cave, even on a bar, like, maybe to hold your bourbons. I think that would be kind of cool. And this little plaque, I just liked it. I just liked the, well, for one thing, there's no condition issues. And oftentimes when you find these shell types of items, there's always missing parts and breakage. And so this one didn't have any, and I just thought it was so sweet. It would make a perfect backdrop for a shelving unit because it's not huge, and mix in with that chinoiserie style, the blue and white that is really so popular. Found a couple of mirrors, and guys, if you get the reflection of the floor, that is stuff that is in process of being priced. So I have a system. It's not always a pretty system, but I do have a system. Nonetheless, I found this cutie. I think this is copper. It's a mirror. It does have a little sticker on the back that says made in India, but it would be a little perfect size for if you need it, just that little something on your gallery wall. I think it can mix in well with the plate wall as well, but also on an easel, on a side table or shelving unit. Of course, it's filthy dirty and needs to be cleaned, as well as this one. This one is also filthy dirty and needs to be cleaned. This one is, there's no markings on the back, so I don't know if it's Sirocco or Homeco. It is not, it could be Italian, but it's not Florentine. So it is that plastic material, which I love just as much. And this one is really that perfect size. It would also fit in all the areas. If you had a little small a small spot, a small wall, you know, your entryways, and sometimes your entryways have just a small section of wall. Something like that would be really good, but I think that would also mix in really well with the gallery wall. I found this little dish that I think is absolutely the cutest little thing. It is, I don't know the maker. You know, I'm inclined to say Fenton, but there is no mark. So, and I didn't do any research or look anything up. But the iridescent, and I hope that's coming through, you know, because it's clear, it has sort of that rainbow iridescent look. And I hope it's coming through on camera like it does in person. This is just so cute. Again, great on a stack of books. Enough storage in here, I think, for a side table for your jewelry on your nightstand. And if you like glowy glass, this baby lights up bright green. So don't forget, sometimes your clear glass can have that glow too, if that's what you like. Picture frames right now are having a moment, and that makes my heart just sort of sing, because I don't know what you would call me, but my best girlfriend and I, well, I know what some of you may call me crazy, but my best girlfriend and I, from the time we were probably late middle school, we had cameras and we photographed everything, and those memories are priceless. And I am so glad that that we had that, I'm gonna call it a phase. It honestly has never ended with her. I do not take as many photographs as I used to, and I hardly ever use my camera. And I hate to say that because I have really, really nice cameras, but you know, phones are so easy and they're so good. But having said all of that, because of the way, you know, we used to use film. So you had to get that film developed because we didn't develop our own. We had to get it developed, or you never got to see the pictures. And you know, young kids will never know what that's like. So I've gotten into the habit, like many probably have. I take the photographs on my phone, and then they never get developed. And my friend, she still develops hers because she is a scrapbooker, and so, you know, she does. But I've noticed an uptick in people really buying frames, and I think maybe we're starting to shift a little bit, and maybe more of us are wanting to develop those pictures off of our phones and put them onto our bookcases and mantles and side tables. And this one with the tortoiseshell was just so pretty. It was really lovely. I couldn't leave it behind. I only picked up one of these. I'm not saying I only picked up one. I picked up 4. There were 2 dogs, very, very similar, and then 2 cats. And I meant for the video to grab one of each, and I didn't grab the cats. So I'm really kind of sad about that because they are so daggone cute. Again, just little prints that are framed, that are really, really old, but have a lot of charm and character, and would look really good on an easel for all the places that we talk about all the time. Okay, now this is gonna seem a little odd for some of you, and stay with me. Hasn't been cleaned up, and I picked up 2 of these leather wrapped stirrups, but they are perfect decor if you like equestrian decor or the Ralph Lauren aesthetic decor, or if you like Western decor. This is the perfect thing to add in. And I know it sounds silly, but they can also be used as bookends, and I do have 2 of these. And they're leather wrapped. I've never seen them with the leather still intact, and they're wood underneath. I've seen them like that, and when they're like that, people will even use those as napkin holders. So those are just some ideas. If you run across something like that, or you like that type of thing, and you you never really quite knew what you could do with it. Those are some ideas. A little pottery bowl that I just thought was charming. I know it's brown, but I liked all the colorways. I liked all the different colors. Not signed that I can see, but sometimes I miss it when I'm doing these rapid fire videos. Love the little handles. Anything with a handle, anything with feet, I am usually drawn to them in a way that I can't really leave them behind. This is something that has a little brass eagle at the top, or metal. That could be just metal, but this is a letter holder, and I just thought it was so cool. I would probably say from the 70s. You could still put your mail in there if you needed something to kind of corral your mail, if you get a lot of mail. But I also think you could use this in a bathroom, and you could put roll hand towels in there. That's just another, another way that you could use something like that. Okay, I found a couple of slide glass pieces, and one's a little planter pot type of thing, and this one's a little pitcher. Now the green one glows like crazy, so it glows under black light like crazy. The orange colored one did not, which surprised me because oftentimes they will. They, to me, I think they would look really, really cute together. I think these would both be really good for toothpicks. If you need something, if you're having a gathering and you need something to put, your toothpicks in for your charcuterie board. A brass tray, because I'm never going to pass them up. This one is not huge, but I liked it because of the reticulated edge, but I also liked that it had an edge. And this is good if you've got just a little table by a chair, but you want a little vignette, so you could build it on something like this, and it would be really, really cute. This one is on the verge of once it's cleaned, I'll probably leave it, because that patina to me is good, but I would say it's on that verge of needing a glow up. Found this, and I wanted to test this to see if it was silver plate, and guess what? I didn't. And so I can't tell you for sure, but I like it a lot. I loved that red velvet lining. It's just a trinket box, but it's in the shape of a rose, and it is beautiful. And we just had the Kentucky Derby, but that could be a good decor piece also for Derby Day. I've got a lot of littles, so they kind of fall in behind me, and so I want to make sure that I'm not leaving anything back there. Okay, let me show you this, because I don't want it to get broken. This is just a little, I'm gonna call it a tulip flower lamp. It's a little side table lamp. It is so pretty. That pink has the most beautiful colorway. Would look really good in a little girl's room, but also would look really good in a bathroom. And I'm not afraid to mix in color, so I think it's small enough and pretty enough that you could even use it in a kitchen as a kitchen counter light. Another, what I would call a little toothpick holder. He's so cute, and it looks like there's a chip there, but that's just the way the little guy's made. There's a name for these guys. I'm sure you're gonna know it, and you can put it in the comments for me, but I've forgotten it, and I'm not sure it's going to come to me. Now, this little bird, I think, is Murano. And the reason why I think that is the controlled bubbles are perfect. The bird itself, you can tell what it is. It has a beautiful polished base on the bottom, but I'm not 100% sure. What I do know is that in different lights, it will look a different color. So it does, it is that neodymium glass, and it'll change. So it's color changing, and that's what that means. It looks real purpley pink. when I picked it up at the thrift. But in my lighting here at home, when I go into different lightings, he doesn't get blue like some of the neodymium pieces, but it'll lose that pink color and go more of a clear. I don't know that this is super old. It is in pristine condition, and that's why I think it might not be super old. But I love it. I love that green marbling. I love the handle, the little lip here. Perfect for summertime and for holding flowers if you like to cut fresh flowers for your own home. Really heavy piece of brass. This is a leaf dish, and again, anything brass is just so popular, but also anything that has sort of that cabbage leaf look, I think is perfect for to mix in with all the cabbageware, but also perfect for blue and white, all those blue and white lovers. I love this. This is a pillow that has a velvet backing. It has this tapestry front. The colorway, everything about it is stunning. And if I had a place in my home, this would be staying. That's how much I love it. I think you could use it on both sides. I think you could use it just with the green, and then of course you can flip it over and show off the tapestry, which is stunningly beautiful. I did not pick this basket up on this trip, but I haven't processed it and taken it anywhere yet. So I stuck these plates that I did pick up inside it, and I think that it was just like perfect. I thought, well, that was just made to be. Now, I don't oftentimes pick up these types of plates, these decorative sort of types of plates that are collector's plates, but these are different to me. For one thing, they had the whole set of 4, winter, spring, summer, and fall, and it's a complete set that would automatically give you a plate wall. They even have hangers on the back, and these are made out of Japan, so they would look just absolutely stunning, I think, on a wall. So much so that I thought, you know what, it might be time, because I've got a little narrow, I've got a mirror hanging there right now, but a little narrow place in my dining room, and the walls are green in there, and I couldn't get past how beautiful those would look on that wall. But not gonna say I'm not, but I don't plan on keeping those. I plan on those heading out the door. A little cloisonne bell that is really beautiful. The shape of it is so nice. Has hummingbirds, the colorway, everything about it is cool. And I also found from that same vendor a cloisonne candle snuffer. Now, the handle has some wear, quite a bit of wear, and it's bent a little bit, but to me, it's just perfectly imperfect, and I'm not going to worry one bit about that, because look at that cloisonne snuffer part. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely stunningly beautiful. The sort of cobalt, it's kind of looking black on film, but cobalt color there. Love a basket, and I have been basket rich. I have found I guess the past 2 weeks, some of the most unique, fabulous baskets, and this is no exception to that. This is a wall basket. The canes, but the color, I mean, absolutely, how many times can I say absolutely? Really beautiful. Another piece of stunning brass, and this is a brass dish that needs to be cleaned in the most desperate way. You can probably guess why I picked it up. Well, it's just beautiful, but look at those feet. I mean, I couldn't leave it. I would think a plant would look good in this, but I also think that this would look good as a small fruit bowl in a kitchen. And I have 3 of these prints that are all just equally lovely. These prints came from a friend of mine, who is cleaning out some of her things. And these 3 prints were a part of that. I haven't really done any research, but I think whoever needs these, I will price them separately, but I think they would just look so good together. Again, it would automatically give you, I was gonna say a plate wall, but those aren't plates. A collection, let's just call it a collection. And these also came from her. These are stunning. The neutral, the way the frames, the matte, the way they framed it, they both, I have 2, this is a little cross stitch squirrel. She told me that when she used these, she mixed it with her red and white transfer wear, and I can see it. I don't have any, but I can see how that would look just absolutely, there goes an earring, absolutely beautiful. So I can see that if you're a red and white transfer wear collector, maybe something like this would be something you would like. But the frames, I just thought they were so pretty. And this one is, of course, my favorite. And it is a deer, quite a bit larger, but it has, you know, the staining and everything in there that just makes it perfectly imperfect. And with that neutral colored frame, it just makes the art stand out instead of the frame, which I love. Guys, yep, that's it. That's all we have for you today. We hope that you have the very best day, and we'll talk to you really soon.